acuerdo qué fue lo último que estaba haciendo. So, ¿qué era lo que estaba haciendo? Diario, ok. Ok, todo lo que reduce. Una pila de crochet bastante grande que muestra en el FaceTime acabó descubriendo en el falso solo que me corté el contrato haciendo también después de que retraje con esto que se ve simple vista. Vamos allá. Sí que tengo eso, pero... ¿Por qué no tienes los guantes puestos? Ah, bueno, no tiene puestos, que no lo odiaba. Ok, voy a espérate, ¿qué es esto? ¿Eso es nuevo? Esto es nuevo. Vale, güey. Interesante, interesante, que habrá nuevo por ahí. Y eso es nuevo también. ¿Ah? Eso es nuevo. Ok. ¿Qué me he perdido? ¿Qué me he perdido? O será viejo y no me acuerdo. ¿Tú qué? Espérate. Vamos pesado. Caballo. Vamos pesado. Vale, el principal había uno. No, aquí. Campo no aumenta siempre que estés quieto. Mantener la función un poco determinado, si consigue una persona que funciona mal, se consigue una persona. Alguna que era más rápido, normal, el tiempo de pasar más. El nivel de lectura aumenta, entonces para ocurrir una banda de impresionante variedad. Para dedicar tu unidad de relación emitida a Dios. Aumenta la clasificación, envía. Es rápido por repetición, antes indicadores. 20%. Precisión, automatización, riesgos que varían durante el día. Antes de superar, pero tampoco serán más frutos. Vamos a poner de explorador por ahora. Y habilidades, sigilo. Pero que se selecciona ahí alrededor de los pasos, reducción, porque de alguna tienen premios, hasta se ha tratado alguna señal de crimen. Esto me interesa más. Agilidad, yo creo que va a venir llamada de agilidad, ataque reviente, interrupción de se aplica, lo que se hace agilidad, ahora, sí que va a tener combate. Es que eso no me interesa. tan. No habrá ningún vampiro ya. Armas. Tengo dagas sobre el interior. Ahora tome.
Everything for the house. Garden and...
Rey llegaba allí. La que esté más montada por aquí, no sé cómo puedo sacarlo. ¿Cómo rayo es? ¿Cierto?
Greetings. What do you need?
Sir, I've been to Ujits, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed. He's very handy with a sword. Do you know anything about him, sir?
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He's the youngest son of one of the lords of Kuttenberg. He was sent to the university to become a priest, as is customary with the youngest son. But he didn't much care for it. So when he finished studying, instead of taking up his parish, he went roaming. I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life. And then one day he came back and settled down. Hanush would know more about him. Good luck to you. Hey! Are you serious?
Gracias por abrirme la puerta.
Greetings. What business have you?
Master Fayfire, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. But this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Caplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. Farewell.
Jesus. Not as shallow as it looks.
Hola, ¿qué es la que hay? Dame un minuto, espérate. Con la Actus, ¿qué Actus? bastante, ¿qué? Tenía mucho. Pues tenía bastante, pero hace días que no juego, llevo como una semana sin jugar, no sé cómo está ahora mismo, por eso me conecté otra vez, a ver cómo va. A veces sube bastante rápido, pero a veces se tarda mucho en subir. Pero si puedes ignorar los bugs, el juego corre bien. Y en verdad entretiene bastante eso. Mira cómo esto. ¿Qué rayos acaba de pasar aquí? Mira. Tiene un flechazo en la cara. Hay un martillo de guerra de pincho. A este le robaron. Parece que tiene una carta, pero no la puedo recoger. Si hay sangre por aquí. No hay sangre por ningún lado. No, de verdad, el juego vale la pena. Y según las decisiones que vayas tomando tú, no te vas a repetir la misma historia que yo. Todo lo que pase en tu juego no va a ser lo mismo que pasó en el mío. Y si no haces las misiones a tiempo, la gente se va y se molesta contigo. Tienes que tener cuidado con lo que haces. Digo, diciendo yo, ¿verdad? Que tú no lo hayas jugado ya. Míralos aquí, Ave María, míralos aquí. Ok, estamos bien.
No way! By all the saints, watch it!
Míralo aquí.
You'll get what for! Stop siguiendo! Fuck you!
Oh, shit. Pasa por el mandado.
Bring it on. You're dead!
¡Oh, María! Pues realmente da un poquito de miedo, sí, porque es bastante extenso, pero da gracia realmente. Hay muchas cosas que dan gracia, como mira. Se fue a correr el desgraciado y te lo meto un flechazo y casi le meto al amigo mío. Espérate. Ya se fue. Pero las consecuencias no son tan malas, ¿sabes? Simplemente que pues puede ser que te castiguen o te metan preso si haces algo mal. como, qué sé yo, que te pongas a robarle a quien tienes que robarle, como en un video anterior mío que me puso a robarle a una señora. Y pues se dio cuenta y ya tú sabes, me estaba persiguiendo la policía. Pero me logré escapar, eso. Estamos bien. Pero realmente el juego se trata de eso, simplemente tomar decisiones y según tus decisiones se va desarrollando la historia. Este pendango aquí. Sí, la ambientación está bien y es bastante vivo. No, no es que estás todo el tiempo por ahí sin nada que hacer, ¿sabes? Tienes para cazar, siempre hay gente por ahí, siempre hay alguien que se murió, o siempre alguien te quiere asaltar, o aparece alguien vendiéndote cosas robadas. O sea, que realmente si te pones a ir por ahí en viaje rápido, como se le dice, aún así pasan cosas. Y tú decides si quieres pararte o si quieres seguirlo seguido. Cazar, pues yo no cazo mucho porque me aburro, pero te puedes ir a cazar venados, te puedes ir a cazar puercos y después vas y vendes las pieles y vendes las carnes. Hay 2 o 3 personas que te mandan a cazar y según lo que ellos te manden a cazar, pues tú vas cazándolo y qué sé yo. Y ellos te van a dar unas bonificaciones especiales, pero a mí no me interesa esa parte de la historia, eso no lo he hecho. Y aquí no sé qué está pasando, espérate. Bastante realista porque tienes que comer, tienes que dormir, tienes que... Para salvarlo, el juego como tal, tienes que dormir. Y hay unas pociones especiales que te dejan salvarlo, pero son limitadas y son un poquito caritas. Ah, el personaje tuyo no sabe leer,
What did
tienes
Master
que
Pfeiffer have to say?
enseñarle a leer.
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the alma...
One ale, please.
the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver.
Pues
There
gracias
is
por,
a painter lodging here who is painting the church
por la
in
agregación.
Ozils. I heard him complain also. He said
Estoy empezando
that he went to the
todavía
monastery
con esto de los
for
en vivos.
quicksilver and it was
Hasta
all
ahora,
wrong.
pues gracias.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Bring me something to eat.
Y de verdad vale la pena jugarlo. con todo y sus bugs. Especialmente los bugs te van a hacer reír. A veces pasan cosas estúpidas. Gracias por la suscripción. Hasta ahora de esto es lo más en vivo que estoy subiendo porque estoy tratando de subir otros videos, pero hasta ahora esos no se están viendo mucho, so creo que me voy a quedar con este juego por ahora. Pero gracias.
I'll be with you, Henry.
Our Lord Almighty.
God be with you, good sir.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew.
Here we are.
Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? Well, it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
No paga el tesoro tercero, so te lo voy a comprar. Y te voy a comprar este libro también. Este vinito.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
What do you say to this?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. All right, so.
Hey, look out.
Aquí no es. ¿Por dónde es? ¿Será allá adentro? Creo que es ahí adentro. Peor. Me imagino que será por aquí adentro. Se supone, creo que es taco zombie. Pero como hay varios canales, el mío te digo ahora. Ok, espérate. Ok, es taco zombie con T mayúscula. Y pues es un dibujo de un taco comiendo, taco zombie comiéndose otro taco. So, no sé si lo puedas ver. Se supone que te diga que estoy en vivo ahora mismo. Exacto, ese mismo.
God be with you.
Ok, perfecto. Gracias por el sub, amigo. Si te gusta el juego o cualquier cosa, me dejas saber en el mismo YouTube y me dejas un mensaje.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Creo que está arriba entonces. ¿Cómo se llama tu canal?
I'm looking for some quicksilver.
Digo, si eso es lo que me estás
Do you have
queriendo
any on
decir.
hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
God be with you.
Can I take a look inside the monastery?
What's got into you, boy? The grounds inside the monastery belong to the monks of the Order of Saint Benedict. No others shall pass. Take care now.
Ok, pues mala mía. Ok. Lo voy a buscar ahora. Oh, 49. Pues me voy a activar también la campana. Voy a ver por el video tuyo a ver cómo... ¿Qué tienes? ¿Y cómo hiciste para tener tantos suscriptores? ¿O simplemente ha sido por el tiempo? Ok, dame un minuto, tengo que ir a hacer algo rápido, dame un minuto. Ok, mala, me tenía que hacer algo, tengo que mover mi carro. Es que no encuentro este tipo. Oh, se supone que está aquí o arriba. Pero vamos a ver eso. Se supone que esté aquí.
God be with you.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Pues me lo envía.
Who's asking?
Nobody. I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
I see. You can't because you don't have any. And you don't have any because you're selling it out the back door, eh?
Suppose I was. I don't see what business it is of yours.
What if I told you I'm the emissary of the Royal Hetman Radzig Kobyla, and you've got yourself mixed up with a counterfeiting gang?
Counterfeiters? Meaning what?
Somewhere around here is a counterfeiter.
What have I got to do with the forger's shop? That means nothing to me. And as for you being the Lord's emissary, likely story.
If you say so.
May the Lord watch over you.
Ok, mierda. Lo hice mal.
Listen, about that Quicksilver.
I've already told you, I've none to sell you.
A ver si te meto un puño.
Bollocks. Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing. And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground. A lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy.
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota. A scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we ordered for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Wow.
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
Muy bien, gracias.
Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
¿Por qué se cayó? Ah, ¿verdad? El techo.
Welcome, man. Yeah.
Espera. ¿Quién? ¿Yo?
You must be here somewhere.
Ok, no me tienen que golpear.
Surrender! You'll have to answer. What the hell do you think you're doing hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here. Is that clear? You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat fine.
Hey, who's there? What's going on there?
You're making a serious mistake. If only you knew what you just got yourself into. This won't end well for you.
Haha, you'd make a stuffed bird laugh. But that won't help you much.
Oh well, what can I do? Here you are.
You've purged yourself before the law, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. You can be sure of that.
Tú eres Viper. Okay.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapata.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Take care now.
Muy bien. Pues chequemos el taller ahora. A ver, estamos cerca. Perfecto. Ok, se supone que este viejo sepa algo. ¿Qué digo de los bugs? Parecen de la nada. Tú no me habías ayudado a mí ya.
Good health to you.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The 5th scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath-maid, Hasta. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
Good luck to you.
Muy bien. En parte tiene mucha razón, pero... ¿Dónde estás, caballito?
Hey, Goodman. A word with you.
¿Qué me llama tú?
God be with you.
Do you want something?
I do. And you look like the kind of fellow who knows a thing or two and wouldn't mind a bit of work that's not entirely, well, honest.
What's it about?
I'm looking for someone who knows how to dip her pockets. For a reward, of course.
Nah.
That's not for me. Farewell.
Take care now.
aquí apareciste, ahora sí.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Hasta. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Hasta with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he rises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Hasta deserves what she got. Poor girl.
Pobre nena.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
I'd like to make use of the bathhouse's services.
So what are you interested in?
I'll certainly need a physician to treat my wounds. Then a hot bath and laundering my clothes.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. Good luck then.
Bueno, hasta aquí me quedo hoy. Bueno, cuando el juego termine de grabarse. Pero hasta aquí llego porque ya es muy tarde. Ya mañana... Espérate. Sigo con lo que estábamos haciendo.
Hey, put that weapon away right now or I'll get a guard to arrest you. Help! Over...
¿Que tú vas a qué? Y ese sí, ya se murió. ¿Y tú qué?
Hey, you! Don't move a muscle.
Don't move a
Surrender.
finger!
You're dead.
My God! God! Quick! There's a corpse there!
Ya me voy.
He can't be far away.
Como que no estoy muy lejos.
No, curva!
Quick! There's a corpse there. Now.
You'll get what
Christ
for.
almighty, God! There!
Call that combat.
What's the matter? Come on.
Tu amigo no es muy buen ayudante, ¿ah?
No more fooling around.
Bring it on.
Mira, qué desgraciado eres.
I'm going to enjoy this. Can't!
Combat.
Way off! Leave me be!
No lo creo. Oh, man. Tú también tienes lo tuyo. Tú con tu flechita, ¿ah?
To hell with you.
What's the matter? Come on. You call that combat? Yeah! I'm going to enjoy this.
My breath
Bueno, ya me voy. Deja acabo.